Here I am again, and I'm still in this cave at the bottom of the world, and I've been here for a week now, and I've done absolutely nothing. So, well, that's the end of episode 14. Only kidding. Actually, I've been kind of busy back at base. Hello, I'm RocketBug5977 and welcome to episode 14 of Rocket World, my Minecraft Let's Play survival single player series. In today's episode, I plant some dirt blocks and then I plant even more dirt blocks. What's going on, eh? We have a big job to complete today and it's not all about dirt blocks. So let's get straight into it. Now I've got the book of jobs, so if we have a look, we can see what we're going to do today. We've moved the farms inside the base, so today we're going to work on the base gardens. So in anticipation of that, I have done a little bit of work. Let's see what's happened. Well, I've removed all of the trees that I showed you earlier because I'm going to put something a little bit customized in here. So this is the birch area. So all those trees have gone all the way around the base, so it's all been cleared out and ready for the next stage. And what I want to do to start with, I just want to put a little bit of grass along the edges here, just sort of, I don't know, just as an edging around the entire base. So let's get some grass that I've been hoarding. And we're just going to pop this all the way around the base. Right, now I've run the grass all the way around the outside here, and unfortunately for a short way around the inside I did run out of grass. I'll have to get some more at some point and put it in. Now what I want to do here, this is the birch area, I think it says so over here. Yes, it is. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have the canopy of the birches to be quite tall around the pathway, so it produces quite a high pattern over the top. But it can taper off to lower and lower towards the edges. I'm not too worried about it being too tall over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the birches that are near the path on two tall blocks. And then what will happen is eventually, when I come to tidy all this lot up, I replace these blocks with a couple of birch wood bark blocks or something like that, so that it looks a little taller. All the trees should be tall. Actually, you don't need them over here. So let's have a look. So I want one on here, like that, one on here, and hopefully these will grow up to be quite tall. And then these less so, like that. And then at the back we'll have some more that are at the normal sort of height. And let's bring some over here. I think we'll have a little bit of a space around here, but we don't want it too dense around the centre here because we're going to have a lot of wild flowers in the middle. So I might increase the density around the outside a little bit, give us a little bit of foresty looking feel to it. So what we can do is, I've got some bone meal somewhere, and as well as bone mealing these, I think I might bone meal the ground in between them as well. And we're going to have to bear in mind that we want some light in amongst all these trees as well. There's our first tree. So all we do for these taller trees is just do that. There we go, nice and easy. So let's put a few more flowers around. I think this is going to look better when we all got the dirt blocks with them all on. I think we might need a few places with lights as well, so I might put that one. We will pop a sea lantern in, and then what aren't we using at the moment? The bone meal. Right, let's pop a moss carpet on the top. Okay, well that took a lot longer than I was expecting, but I think the effect is pretty good. Ooh, if you don't walk into these lampposts. And yeah, I'm fairly happy. It's a nice effect, but it is a little bit shallow. And I've taken it a little bit further because I want to try and blend this into the next biome a bit. So they're starting to thin out as it gets to around about here. And the same on this side as well. So sort of finished the birch now. What was originally happening was the acacia was going to occupy this space here, and then further on past these blue blocks again, the jungle was going to be here where these jungle elements are. But I think what I might do is I might shift them all along a bit, so the acacia will actually come into this area here, and perhaps we'll shift it a little bit past here, and then the jungle will come into here, and then up to around about here again. Okay, now I've got all the bits and pieces I need, so I'm going to make a start on putting things out here. I'm going to do a similar scheme to the way I did it before, except I don't want it quite as dense. I don't think the savanna tends to have such dense forests as this birch forest here. So although we're going to be sort of blending them a bit, I don't think it's going to be that easy. So I might put something back here, and I'm going to try and have the ones nearer the path up higher again, but I don't think we'll have it quite as dense because I just don't think it's going to work that way if it were a proper savanna. And the other thing about the savanna is it tends to be a lot of tall grass rather than lots of flowers of different colours and things. So I'm going to have to make some compromises on this. I'm going to try and cover a lot of this with long grass rather than flowers and things like that to try and compensate. So we'll have to see how it goes. It's going to be interesting. This is going to be the area where it's transitioning again into jungle. So again, not too many. I think we've got quite a lot of those, so let's not have that. Let's have a smaller one here, because they can be quite tall anyway. And one at the back, maybe one over in the back here. Is that going to be too dense? I guess we'll find out as it all grows up. Okay, I've done a bit of work on this, and we've had a few trees grow up, although I did have one over the back here grow. You can see where it was, and it really was much too close to this one here, so I've thinned them out and moved them around a bit. In fact, since that one's grown, this one might be a bit on the close side as well. I think I might have to move that. Let's grab that. Oops, and to pick block it. Right, let's move it just over here and see how it gets on. Let's get a sapling. Let's put that up there. Right, as you can see, these have started growing, which is good, which means we can have these double tall ones. I've put a lot of grass in and around here and taken out the ferns and things. So we're making some good progress. Right, now I wanted to do some double height grass as well, but I wanted to wait until I got a few trees grow up. I also want to put in a few little shrubby bushes, so I think we can have some of those around. So perhaps around the back here. I'm going to have to take out that, I think. Try and keep that for the rest of the projects. Let's pop that in there, and some over here. Just to see what it looks like in the background. I think we could do some with different heights as well, so let's do that. What do you think? I think that needs to not look quite so sheer there. It needs to have a slope coming back down again. Something like that, I'm thinking. Okay, we got another one grown up in the meantime, so let's do that. Yeah, they're quite close, aren't they? I'm glad I didn't put them any closer than that. So let's have a look. We've got one over the back here that we can pop that in there. And is this only this one left to grow? Possibly. Let's have a look. This one here is grown. Yep, it's all looking good. So now I've got some bone meal. Now let's get some double height grass in as well. This is going to take a long time, I think. And a lot of bone meal as well. I'm going to try and just dot them around randomly. and I will probably do a lot of this and then come back to you when I've used up my entire stack of bone meal. So I shall be back shortly. Right, there we go. I think that looks a bit more immersive, and there's certainly a lot of tall grass. It sort of blocks a lot of the view of the ground. It's a shame we haven't got the sort of a more yellowy grass, but we're not in an acacia biome, a savanna biome, so we can't complain, unfortunately. But I'm starting to get the feel I was looking for here. And here's the transition area here where it comes into the forests of birch. And I think we're going to move straight on to doing the jungle now. So it's going to be similar again, except we've got a few extra little features that we can put in the jungle. And let's have a look at my inventory and see what they are. So we've got a bit of bamboo, which we can put in, cocoa beans, jungle leaves from the ground, and also scatter a few melons around as well. So we've got a few bits and pieces we can mix in with the foliage. And I'd also like to do a few of the large jungle trees as well. I think that might work quite well. So let's see what we can get done. Let's put a few bits out here. I don't think if we do the large jungle trees we're going to need to prop them up, because they're going to be absolutely massive, towering over here. And I think we're going to take it just past these little pools here and include this area here inside the main jungle area, and perhaps just to this point here. So let's see what we can do. I think it might be as well to put the large jungle trees in first, because they're going to be the key elements, aren't they? So I think somewhere around about here. I wonder whether I might just leave that to grow of its own accord, shall I? Actually, I'm not sure about that. I might have it over a little bit more. Give the transition period a little bit more space just here. I'm not going to do one of those big ones here, because will it interfere with the wall there? It might do. So I'll just do some normal height ones here. In fact, I might put one, let's see, around here, but a little bit taller again. Actually, I want it to feel quite claustrophobic in the jungle, so I'll move that as close to the path as possible. And we might even see if we can get a canopy going right over the top. But that might be difficult. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's put another one in here. Maybe here. Oh, is it close? A bit close to that, isn't it? Let me think. Actually, if we put it there, but we put it up 2 blocks, we'll see how that goes. It might come right over the top. Right, we got one. That's good. Right, let's put those little bits of grass back in. That cost us a lot of bone meal, that did. That's not grass. Why did pick blocking grass give us a fern? That's interesting. Right, we might as well take these out. Let's see if we can get these to grow. Please, please. Oh, wandering trader just spawned. Ah, no, that's a good size, and they're quite dense as well. Right, now we know what's going on here, we can think about other saplings. So I reckon we should be getting some dirt down here. We'll have it nice and dense if we can. Let's see, that one's going up to there. I think that's about right. Let's pop one on there. Let's have one regular sort of height here. And along the back we'll have regular height. And not to change the distances between them a little bit, don't we? So it's not too regular. And again here, I think we'll have something a bit taller. And here as well. We've got some there. Right, let's have some more here. We need something in this area, in the overlap. Let's have one there, and we can get a bit denser. It might be important to have that quite full there. I don't want to go too close to that. Let's go down low. Okay. I think we might need something here. This is looking a bit better. Maybe a double height one. Maybe just a regular one there. I don't know if that's too close to that. Right, that'll do for the time being. I'll do a little bit more work putting bits and pieces around, and then I'll get back to you. Now the jungle's pretty much complete. I've added all the bits and pieces that we need, as well as a lot of vines that I wasn't getting otherwise. So let's have a wander through and see what we can see. I've also gone ahead and found some biome specific animals and things that we've added in, just to give the whole area a little bit more of a feeling of life. So let's have a wander through and see what we can find. Let's see, what have we got over here? We've got a llama over here. And as we move across into the Birch Forest, I've put a beehive in here. I don't think we're going to see much at this time of day, but I do have some bees popping out occasionally to pollinate all the flowers. So I think it's been quite successful, really. Thank you all for watching today. I do hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please do leave a like and a comment if you have enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more on a regular basis, then please consider subscribing to make sure you don't miss out. And I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. So, have fun and see you later.